'Cause that perfect girl is gone.
We are live. I hope you realize that. And I'm not editing that at all. So welcome to episode
Here
70
I stand.
of Damn That's Good with Big Selena's
Maybe
Barbecue.
I'll
I'm
go
Randy,
viral. Don't
joined
be
by my brother
jealous.
Junior. You did get lucky enough to hear his horrible singing. Um, so not only do you get to see his ugly mug, but you get to hear his ugly voice. Uh, but let's just dive right into it. We're going to talk about what we've been up to, the competitions that we've done. Um, and that's it. I mean, we're just going to try to catch up because we've been super, super busy. So let's get this party started. I guess he forgot what he was going to do, but okay.
Anyway, sorry. Hey, it's Junior here. And like I said, I'm too busy worried about my singing. I ain't worried about this barbecue business. Maybe I'll take a career in singing. He's being jealous. Now, it's been a great couple months. I think we've been on since we've been on, and things have been going really busy, really going hectic here and there with more stuff just going on from a personal standpoint with both of us. I've got the coaching that's been in high gear. The cook-offs have been in high gear. It's literally been nonstop to where people were like, "Hey, when y'all doing the next show?" And we're like, "It's a good point." We just never have had it, and so we thought we'd squeeze it in. So bear with us as we go about it. We get our bearings back, but we will be here. And again, of course, check out BigSelena'sBarbecue.com for all your barbecue needs, and of course, just check us out in general. Any tips or tricks we will be more than happy to share. But let's get this party rolling.
Yep. So shout out to our sponsors. Currently, our only two sponsors, SmokerBuilder.com. If you're looking for a new amazing drum, give that Super 55 drum smoker a try. Go to SmokerBuilder.com. The link will be down below if you want to save some money. So you be sure to hit that link. And Frank and his team will definitely take care of you. And then, of course, Curveball Whiskey. Right here, some the original barbecue whiskey. Some great stuff here. You just got to mix it with whatever you want. Currently mixing it with some purple grape Gatorade. Um, we did enjoy quite a bit of it this weekend with some. I don't even remember what
What brand?
Orange Blast,
Orange
Brookshire's,
Blast, and then
um,
Dr. Pepper and Diet Dr.
Monsters.
Pepper.
I had some couple
Monster, yeah, I
monsters. Yeah,
forgot. Yeah, yeah. You did
but
try
some
that
good
with some
stuff.
monster.
Definitely give it a try. Um, definitely, yeah, definitely give that orange soda and Carabao whiskey a try. So be sure to stop into your local um, liquor place and pick up a bottle of Curveball whiskey. Um, and that's it. That's thank you to those two sponsors. I'm not sure if Junior's got a small business, but I do got one.
No.
Um, Bearded Bison Beef Jerky here on TikTok. Be sure to give him a follow. Texas made. Got some good beef jerky if you want to try it. He's also got some southern spiced pecans, but here it says pecans. Pecans. We're gonna call it pecans because we're here in Texas. So give him a try, give him a follow. Let us know what you think. Of course, give our stuff a follow and all that kind of stuff.
You
But let's
can't go
just dive
wrong.
right
That's
into it.
that's some good stuff. We had that this
Yep.
weekend. Tried some flavors. I think a couple of them really good. I can't remember the flavors on it. We were like I said, with the curveball, you can't go wrong. We really had a good time with that, drinking, having just a blast out there at the cook off. And of course, that's what our drink of choice is anytime we're out there cooking. Our other member of it, Ed, is trying to come up with a recipe to use for it. So stay on the lookout for that coming up.
Yep. I think we've been cooking the same stuff. Steaks, all that
Stay-
kind of stuff. So we won't bore you with that kind of details. You know how we do it. We always like the steaks, uh, fajitas, chicken, that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna dive right into it. We're gonna start from the beginning of the year and try to remember um, what we did. I honestly couldn't tell you what we placed in the first cook-off. It was an outlaw, so we did go out there um, in our old white trailer. set up. I stayed the night there. It was kind of chilly in the morning, but it was fun. I think we got
I think
fourth,
it was 10th
third
there and third place
brisket,
brisket. Third place
um,
brisket.
and 11th overall. 11th
Yep.
overall. That I remember. Um, but I think everything we turned in, I think, was good. Brisket, I wasn't really happy with it. I think it needed something, but there's nothing we could do. We did end up getting the third place call there, so we did get lucky there. I would say that. Ribs, I think, were good. Um, we'll dive into more of our best ribs that we thought had coming out here later. But I think we had a good several turn-ins. The chicken was good. Um, the ribs were good. The brisket definitely was good, but I think it needed something. Not sure what it was. Um, and then the beans, I think, were okay. They were decent. Um, I think we finished last in beans at that one, if I remember right, something like that.
No, never second
We've
to
never
last
been
or something.
last. We've always been almost second to
We've
last.
been second. It was
Um,
second or third to last. Yeah, it wasn't last. Let's get that straight.
yeah, there were some teams that did get DQ'd on it, but overall, like I said, it was a very fun cook-off. What did you think, if you can remember, since it's
that
been
the
so long?
outlaw cook off.
Yeah,
It was fun. It's always fun to cook around those, and I think the still had its emotions because it was kind of the first one we did local since the passing of our dad, and um, when you hit that third place brisket, for people to come up to you and say, "Hey, this was for dad. This is for your pops. This is for dad," and everybody kind of showed that emotion. Really, just goes back to show you the brotherhood, so to speak, even though there are females cooking, we're all just a big old family. The family, brotherhood, whatever you want to call it, that we all share in emotions and stuff, and are there. And so it really kind of warmed my heart a little bit out there. Just people to take the time to congratulate you. Of course, they want to hear their name ahead of you at that point, but even if they had it called, it was all right there. Love. Food wise, I thought it was definitely the brisket. We'll get into it later. I don't think it was the best one that you've cooked from here, but it got third place, so it's certainly something that we'll take from it. As far as the ribs and the chicken, we're good. We're pretty good as well. The beans, I thought they were more on point than recently. So, but they just didn't like it, and I don't know what it was, but hey, it is the way the judges score it. It's not us. It's not up to us. So we just took it. We learned from it, and we moved on to the next one.
yep. And then the next one we rolled right into Weatherford um, for the Barnyard Cook-Off, which had 100 plus teams. I think it was like 120, something like that.
It was a lot.
It was quite a bit. The who's who among cookers came out. So we got to meet up with Chad from Roll the Dice Barbecue. Came out from Pampa to cook. So that one was a fun one to get to do. We did cook some. We did cook's choice, beans, ribs, chicken, and brisket. Um, and again, I think everything come out really good. Um, no, we didn't do beans because they didn't have
No, no,
beans.
no, they didn't do beans. They did
Yeah, they didn't
Cook's
have beans.
Choice.
We did cook's choice.
Cook's Choice.
Cook's choice. We did do some Texas Twinkies, but we did it in egg rolls, so we did deep fry them. So I smoked the brisket and all that kind of stuff, and then we deep fried them. Ed deep fried them, and we turned those, and I thought those were really, really good. We did glaze those with some of our original barbecue sauce, uh, Big Wicks, mesquite jalapeno jelly, and then some curveball whiskey. And I thought that come out really, really good. We ate them all.
Fire.
Uh, our mom ate one the next day, and she loved it. I think Ed said Amanda loved it too. Um, but the judges didn't really agree. But we think we know where we messed up. Ed did some too big and some too small, and then we kind of sliced it, so they may have got kind of cold. Um, but it is what it is. We're gonna maybe play it around with it one more time, and then we'll adjust to something different next time. But chicken, I think, come out really good again. Still missing something, so I haven't placed my finger on what exactly it is missing. The ribs come out better than they did in the Outlaw Cook-Off, and the brisket, come out really good. But I thought it was cold when we turned it in, which is not on Junior. That is on me. I'm not sure what happened, but it just the brisket cooled down a lot, way too much. But I think we finished 32nd in brisket. That was the best showing. So out of 120 something teams to finish that towards the top, it was definitely amazing. Um, I think chicken we finished towards the top as well. And then overall, we finished in the middle of the pack. So I think it was like 61st chicken, 90th ribs, and then 32nd brisket for like 60 something or 70th place,
Yeah.
which is still really, really good with amongst all those amazing cooks. And that one turned out to be a real big one. And next year, it's going to be even bigger because of, they're going to go four meats with CBA. Um, and more and more money is coming in for that cook off. What do you think about that one?
The Weatherford one, it's amazing to me, and I've said it every time we go to that one. It's amazing. The first time we went, there was a whole parking lot that was empty. There probably was what 25 teams. I know it was a state qualifier. It was a 25, 30 teams max. The first time we did it, we placed real well. I mean, and now every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Food wise, I thought good, was on point. Definitely that cook's choice. The egg rolls were, oh my god, were amazing. Everybody that tried them loved it. So what went wrong on that, or what happened, I don't know. Um, we still uh the turn-ins of it being cold and stuff, like I said, it's just we got to we're trying to figure out our thinking. We still got to figure out when is a good time to turn in, and when do we need to start really preparing it to warm it, maybe like we did, which we'll dive into later. We did the trick we did this last turn in. I thought that we battled the elements a little bit. I thought worked a little bit. Maybe we try something like that with keeping that warm and having the tray warm. But I thought everything tasted good. That I ate, definitely the brisket was, I thought, better than the one you did at the Outlaw where you finished third. But I don't, like I said, what went wrong or what kind of we could improve on. Like I said, I think we kind of are getting there, but yeah, I don't know what's the chicken. That's like our Achilles heel for some reason on
Yep.
that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not sure what to do with chicken. I mean, there for the beginning when you first started, we were doing really good in chicken. That was the best category, and then I started focusing on brisket, and then all of a sudden now I can't seem to get chicken right. We can cook it, and we love it, which is the only thing that matters at the end of the day for us. But when it comes to judges, they don't seem to like it. So we get comments that are it's too dry. Some of them are saying it's really juicy, flavor is good, good sauce, everything is good. And then we just get those two or three judges that just don't seem to like it. Um, so, like I said, that's just something we're going to continue to play around with and see what we can do in the future. Um, but everything else did turn out at that cook off really good. Um, always been kind of happy with what we turned in. No matter what, with us, it's about having fun, creating some memories that we can look back on in the future and say, hey, you remember when at this cook off, so and so did this or that. Um, that's at the end of the day, that's what it matters for us. But we're gonna roll right along. We had another cook off. We had our first back to back weekends. Um, we rolled into Arlington to Cowboys Cathedral, AT&T Stadium, aka Jerry World, aka the most hated stadium in all of the world. Um, that's just facts right there. Just to be honest. But we rolled into there again. We met up with Chad and Bryson with Roll the Dice Barbecue. We had a good good time there. Cooked some steaks Friday night, turned in steaks. Um, and then we did do beans at this one. We will save the beans for last for this one and for the next one, for the next kickoff. So we'll save that for the last. Okay.
10-4.
Those who already knew why. But so we cooked steaks, beans, chicken, uh, ribs, and then brisket. Once again, um, this time with CBA, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna cook some chicken wings and chicken halves. Was not happy with the chicken halves, so we turned in chicken wings. We thought they were good. Judges didn't agree. Um, but like I said, we were happy with them. The ribs we thought were phenomenal. We seemed to like it. Junior came back for seconds and thirds of ribs on for that one. Brisket came out really good. Um, we thought it was tender, but I think I figured out the problem with the last two cook-offs. I'll dive into after we discuss both of them. Um, so I mean, I was happy with everything we turned in. Um, with the beans, I thought they were good. Um, Definitely, they were not as bad as one particular judge said they were. That we'll dive into here shortly. Once you discuss what you thought about the cook-off and the meats.
This is the one that it was funny. Okay, and I want to say the disclaimer right now because I know we know people that are Texans fans. Quit running your mouth about the playoffs. Like I heard a bunch of look, they're not going to play a playoff game here. We may not this year, okay? But you still got zero Super Bowls. So until you win one, shut your mouth. I don't want to hear it.
Boom.
Don't want to hear it. And I let it be known. Okay, armpit. Okay, yeah. And I told one he was bragging about. I said, we'll just sit here with our 5 Super Bowl, our trophies, and our recent World Series trophy that we won off of you Astros, and we'll just move on with our lives. If you want to talk baseball, yeah, y'all got more than us. So okay, cool. But now we have one. Now we can talk a little bit. Before we couldn't even sit at the table. We were sit at the kid table. Now you can win a Super Bowl, and then you can come talk with the grown ups from there. But no, food wise, the ribs I thought were super on point. Chicken was on point. I thought you did a really good job with it. Flavor was there, juicy. It was like you bit into it, and Ed and I said that on the way home was like there was juice in there that you sometimes with the injections and stuff, and you can't. It's hard to. Did you go too far? Did you not go far enough? This one I thought was 100% on point. Brisket was, like I said, every brisket for me from the Outlaw Cook Off to the most recent Weatherford one, the last one we just did, got better and better and better. Why it's not there? I think the ribs took 22nd or something like that,
Yep.
with a bunch of group that was there that got rings on their fingers, that got championships. For you to place like that, and that one was definitely something to hold your head up high about.
Yes, definitely. Like I said, that one we were really, really happy with what we turned in on everything. Um, the brisket definitely has gotten better each cook-off. Um, so brisket, I think the issue there's two main issues. I've kind of adjusted something that I won't dive into particular because Junior and Ed know what it is. But I've done something out of the norm for my recipe, and I think it could have affected it a little bit, but not as much as how I've trimmed it. The first two cook-offs with Outlaw and the Weatherford one, the Barnyard, that one I did trim it to where the grain was running more north and south. The last two, it was just kind of the old school trim like I would for kind of catering, almost, mixed in with comp trim. I think that kind of affected the tenderness on it a little bit, which I think could have affected the scores. But overall, like I said, I was happy with what we turned in.
Facts.
Um, Not going to change anything off of it. It's just, something, little things that we got to tweak with that recipe for the brisket. So I'm not really worried about it. Ribs are definitely on point, getting better and better each week. It's just making sure I hit their tenderness um, mark on there, and I think that was probably the effect that I ran into this past weekend. Um, but you know, it's definitely happy with what we turned in, everything. And let's just go ahead and give
You
go
want
ahead
me
and say the bean comment.
the beans?
The beans we thought were decent. They were good. They were definitely not awful. But one particular judge did say they were awful,
Mm.
and it was kind of like Jello. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I said coming out of it, I was not touching the beans no more. I'm not touching it. Don't ask me about it. I'll try it. Don't ask me to cook it. I'm not doing it. I'm not touching it. I'm done. And this last cook off, I didn't touch the beans. All I did was touch the bacon. I cooked the bacon and let Jenner do it, and that's it. Whatever you put in, I don't know what you put in it, and I don't care.
Let's be
That's up
let's
to you.
be honest about something. Let's be honest. Now, there's one thing he does like that cook off. He put it on Facebook and he tagged himself in it and he tagged people in it and he put it on the social medias and a judge said it was awful. And you could tell for him, he's very just like anybody else. You're pride or you're putting your heart and soul into cooking these things. And when you have a judge that tells you it's awful or it's not any good, you you can go one of two ways. You can sit back and learn from it, or you can do like and hide from it and kind of lie about it. And he doesn't do that. He puts it out there. So I give him his due credit on that. But yeah, he goes, you got to stop saying awful. And Ed's like, yeah. Ed got on to me, and I was like, you missed the thing is we used to say, oh, this was the best you've ever done, and then we'd get crappy judge scoring. um, so I was trying to keep that same mentality, and I didn't think he was really going to get awful. I didn't think it was awful. I didn't think it
Hmm.
looked like low, but then again, it is what it is. It's one of those things you got to learn from it, and it's we he learned from it. He learned that he didn't want to do beans anymore. We tried this recipe. We tried it a couple times. It hadn't worked out. He's trying to get off of it. Okay, let's go back to some of the basics. Let me give it a shot. And going into this next one, it kind of paid off for us. But see if we can kind of keep getting better, and that's gonna be the key. But yeah, it wasn't awful. Like I said, it's all these judges. I don't know. We'll talk about the judges in the next one as well. But uh, I didn't think they were awful, but definitely learned about it. So we can move on to the next one.
Yep. So diving into the next one, we did we went back out to Weatherford, which was the last cook-off we did last year with our pops. So that one was kind of tough one getting there, but we did have a good time. Weather did, I think, for whatever reason. Looking back at it now, I think the weather did keep everyone away, so that way we could just be just us two. Um, I think that's what it really come down to because I know Chelsea really wanted to come out, but I think ultimately Pops decided to say, you know what, you're going to deal with the rain because I want it to be y'all two, which ultimately I think it did bring us a little bit closer. He's still my ugly brother. He's still ugly, but we had a good time. We had a lot of good drinks. Um,
Too many good drinks.
yeah, definitely too many. We did battle the weather, but we cooked again. Cook's choice beans. And then this time we did cook pork, chicken, ribs, and brisket. Um, there was 36 teams that came out to this one. So this one again is also getting bigger and bigger each year that we come out to. Last year was 25 on the dot. This time a lot of big names come out this year. Pet Father came out. Ugly Drum Smokers was there. Um, Carlos with Smoking Los Barbecue came out. I think SNS Pit Crew was there. A lot of good teams came out to this one. Um, Overall, we didn't do very good. We finished 29th overall. 26 in chicken, 26 in rib, 19th in pork, and then 29th in brisket. But ultimately, I was happy with everything we turned in from Cook's Choice, which was again egg rolls. This time I smoked them because Ed was not there to deep fry them, so I will blame Ed on Cook's choice
Facts.
for us finishing fourth out of fifth. That is all on you, Ed. Sorry, you got someone's got to take the blame, and it can't be me.
Ain't gonna be
Um,
us. Say that.
but I think we liked them. We ate them all. We had some steaks Friday night too. We filled up on the egg rolls, and we did the steaks.
Yes,
Um,
I think we ate too many egg rolls.
yes, but like I said, I was happy with those. For them to be in smoke for the first time, didn't expect much, but we did get someone that didn't like it really good, so we're on to something there. I would assume, right? Uh, this time again, chicken. We cooked chicken wings. We were happy with the chicken wings. Um, Maybe a little bit too dark. We'll dive into the comments here later. Ribs again; those were coming out even better than the last cook off. A week before. I think flavor wise, there was there tenderness. It needed to be maybe 3 or 4 more degrees to get it to the tenderness that I would like it. Maybe that hurt us. Who knows? It probably did. Pork, hadn't cooked pork since the Royal, and we came out 19th. Was not bad. A lot of those judges did like it, so it's something to kind of look forward to. Knowing, hey, we just got to hit our mark in the money muscle. Maybe sauce it less with pork or rub on the pulled pork and go with a little bit more heat next time, which is an easy change, right? Brisket again, flavor was there. I think maybe the tenderness effect was affected by how I trimmed it. Talking to Shane with Damn Yankee Barbecue, he told me that. Um, and as soon as he said that, I kind of remembers like, yep, I think that is exactly what my problem was the last two cook-offs. So the next kickoff, I'm gonna go back to trimming it out at the beginning of the year, and we'll see what happens. Um, and make that other little change that I've been doing that I probably shouldn't have done, but I'm gonna change those two things back and see what happens, and then go from there.
That's all you can
But
do.
everything turned out really, really good. I did not mention beans because we're gonna save it for the end because I want to give him his props. Okay, what did you think
Yeah.
about everything else?
Pork, I didn't try it, and I admit, so I don't know. I can't give you any critique on it. It was good. It was there. The thing I liked, maybe, yeah, we were battling the elements, and I think you're right. I thought about that as you were saying it. Is it kind of hit me? I was like, maybe he wanted it to rain because it was like as soon as we left, the rain stopped.
Yep.
He wanted it to be us, and so we will take that. It was fun. Um, we had a blast. Like I said, the next day I felt it because the medicine that I'm on doesn't allow me to have a lot of the sugar stuff. It tends to not sit well with my stomach. And so the next day morning was not throwing up, but the other thing, an adventure. So, it was still fun. I think everything we turned in was great. We did a trick where we kind of just because it was cold, I was trying to dry off because of the rain. We stuck the warmer box by the heater. Maybe we try to do that, like even if it's got a microwave in it, stick it in the microwave for 20 seconds, 10 seconds, right before we take it, just to give it a little bit of extra heat so that way we can do it, or stick it on top of the grill or something, one of the smokers, just to kind of warm it up. It seemed to, I felt like when we turned it in, even me grabbing it out of the warmer box, it was still warm. Now I can't control, we can't control how long it sits there before the judges eat it. But I think we timed it just about right. We were early enough, but not super late. Um, for it, brisket, 1 point. I thought, like I said, for real, was could be a little bit more tender, it was a little chewy, but I thought it was still good. Like I said, they were all better than the when you finished third. I thought
Yep.
your ribs were good. Chicken, I made again. I had finished the chicken off. I ate some of the chicken just the other day, and the brisket just the other day. So and the ribs, and they're still were cut, and I could cut it and still fork and knife 2 days later if it's sitting in the refrigerator. So that tells you how tender they were and how I felt how awesome they were on it. And for those that ask, I will give him my honest opinion. I don't just blow him up because he's my brother. No, we will. I will definitely tell him if his food was trash. Um, and it wasn't. It was good. I thought we were happy. Where we finished did not make sense to me. We did. I did the math on the way home to the point where I was frustrating myself, and I just put it down because it literally was. I think the pork category up 2 point, a point, half a point here, half a point here, half a point here, half a point is 2 points, and we go from 19th to like eighth or seventh. It was that close, and that goes with all the other categories. Maybe we don't get a walk, but at least we're going to be higher where you have a better showing. So, um, I don't know. We'll dive into the judges thing before we get it. Let's do. Let me. I'm just going to do it. The judging thing. One of them said you need to add spice on the brisket. I've asked people at work, people that love brisket, the only thing anyone can ever think of is when he said it, they must have said he needs more spices. But to me, it was good spice wise. And if he's meaning spicy, I've never heard of a spicy brisket in my life. Maybe the sauce that you dip it in is spicy. That's a different thing. But the actual brisket, spicy, no. Um, and I've asked people that I know have competed in competitions at work, and they were all dumbfounded by that comment as well. So, like I said, we'll learn from it and we'll move on.
Yeah, that was kind of, I was not sure about that one. Um, but hey, maybe he meant to me. I think maybe more of a kick, or more pop, maybe.
Maybe.
Um, if you've gotten that, if you're listening and gotten that kind of comment, or maybe you're winning with a spicy brisket, definitely, hey, let us know. We're not going to change our recipe just because of one judge. We're going to go back to what we were doing, and
We
continue it because we've been successful for quite a while with this recipe, um, for really almost going on 2 years now. But now, like I said, the last two cook-offs, I've been I've disappointed myself because I've been going out of the norm of what I've been doing. So let me get back to that, and we're just lesson learned. Shame on me. And like I said, we're just gonna get back to it and continue to cook because at the end of the day, we just need to cook um, good barbecue. If we're cooking good barbecue that we like, our family likes, if we're not getting a call, hey, it don't matter. We would love to GC something. We're always on the hunt for our first one. We know we're gonna get there eventually, but we're looking forward to the rocky road to get there. So if I gotta go to hell and back, I will go to hell and back to
you don't
get it.
go that far,
Um,
but
hmm,
no.
but it's one of those things. The judges, you're not gonna get good judges every cook off. You gotta um, turn out good barbecue because you don't know what they're like. Just because they're young or they're old, you may think, okay, well, the older people may want it more of a kick. Some the younger ones may want more sweet, or vice versa. You don't know. Um, some of the old people may not like spicy. They might kind of want it just the right amount of kick. So you really kind of got to play both sides, and hopefully you get the right judges that like it, and give you some good numbers at the end of the day.
That's it. That's
So,
it. Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't know what it's hard to say what they're looking for because even if we went to judge and somebody suggested it, and I think I suggested it on the ride home, was like, what if we judge? Then I'm like, well, we're still gonna like our palate.
yep,
All we're going is to learn to see how they judge it, and we kind of already know. Um, Plus, we can ask. We know enough people within the CBA thing, especially them. We could say, hey, what are we? What is it? Fork and knife. You can ask all these questions at the cooks meeting, and they'll tell you. But they're pretty good at letting you know what it is. So. Um, and like I said, it's just one of those things that it's tough because when you put out something good and you think it's good, and then you get six people that say or four really was truly some tables four out of the six said it was good, and then you have two that said no, and then they can wreck your whole day and wreck your whole thing.
yep.
It sucks, but like I said, all we can do is learn the lesson and keep moving, keep getting better, and just keep grinding away. I mean, it takes time. I'm sure people don't go into it for the first time and win, and then they're just competitive right off the bat. Especially at the big cook-offs we are. Yeah, if we went to these cook-offs with 10 people, yeah, we could we could get some first place trophies, some second place, but that's not gonna get us to our goal, and that's why Chad comes as far as he comes to push himself to get
Yep.
better. Because that's the only way you're gonna do it is to try to push yourself, make yourself better. And unfortunately, it's going to be days like you're going to have comments like the awfulness, or you're going to have the comments and the scores that we had this last one. And it's just we got to take it on the chin and move on.
Yep. At the end of the day, I think I'm a better mentor than I am a cook when it comes to competition. But I'll dive into that here in a little bit. But we're going to the beans. Like I said, last cook-off, I was not touching the beans. I did not touch the beans this cook-off. Only thing I did was put them in the crock pot, turn the crock pot on, and then did the beans, or did the bacon, sorry. Junior put everything else in there. He did
I
get
still
first
prepared
place.
the bacon.
Huh?
I still put the bacon on a sheet and handed it to you.
But I put it on the grill and turned it every now and
You
then.
knew which, yeah, you
Um,
did.
uh, that's the most I did with it. And so it was his beans. Well, like I said, I'm not sure what he put in it. He told me, and I done forgot. I'm like whatever. I kind of know what he put in there. Um, but he did get a first place call out of there. And I was sitting right next to my buddy Wesley from Meat Shots. And he was asking me when you went up there, why didn't I go up there? Because I told him I did not cook it. I did not want anything to do with it. After last week's awful comment, I'm done. And he started laughing. He goes, okay. Uh, but honestly, I didn't even, if Laura wouldn't have said Big Selena's barbecue, I didn't even know that was our
I
movie because
would have known
that
either. I
was
was
not no ZZ Top. Um,
It was not a happy thing, and
uh,
to hear the call was great. But when she said Big Selena's Barbecue, I was like, "This isn't our song. This isn't the one it is." But
yeah,
it
uh,
was great, like I said, and get the smokiness flavor that I've been looking after, and that's what we did. And Chelsea will give her a little credit on it. She actually says, "Hey, why don't you try smoking the bacon?" I did try some before we put it in there because if it was going to taste bad, I didn't want to go with it. And I was like, "Oh wow, this has got a pretty decent taste to it." It wasn't crispy, so it let it cook back in the crock pot a little bit longer with that smokiness, and then it would cook chopped it up real fine. And like we said, going into those other competitions, outlawed some bigger than a bean. Still okay. There might have been a piece or two here or there that wasn't, but I think it's the recipe that still can be perfected a little bit. On it to maybe get some of that sweetness off a little bit, but we won't change it too much. The next competition we may just roll with the same thing we did and see if we get the same result. But maybe try something a little different that we've been trying to do, and that's definitely something to try at the house that you can do now that we know kind of we have a good stepping stone of what it
yeah.
is.
A good stepping stone, or did we just get lucky?
It might have been
One of
both.
the two. Probably
We
just get
won by over two and a
lucky.
half points, so we kind of blew out the competition on it. But it could have been a little luck. Now it was funny
Yeah,
because we would always brag with that. I got a second place, and then he won second in some beans. It's like I do too, and then so we took away the bragging rights. But I definitely think it was his help and stuff on that for sure. As we got over the hump finally, and got from usually
yeah,
that beans was usually one of our consistent ones, and then we've kind of playing with recipes and gone away from it. That's usually back to what we've normally done. We changed it a little bit, but to get hopefully we can get consistency back and get those calls coming back in there because that hey, it paid out pretty good for us and will help us going into the next cook off. You know, to just pay for the entry, hopefully.
yep. Definitely, those did turn out really good. Um, and we kind of talked about Chad. Chad has definitely gotten better each cook off he's gotten into. He's admitted that. Um, him and us both, we do still got some work to kind of work out before we do hit our stride fully. So I look forward to seeing that. Uh, and of course, good luck this weekend to my buddy Chris Holder of Crazy Country Barbecue. He's He's diving right back into competition scene. He was once a SEA cook. Now he's going back into doing barbecues, doing his second barbecue competition, and he's doing it this weekend. So good luck to him and his wife. We wish them the best, and
Yes,
can't wait to
yes.
see what kind of calls they get. Um, and then of course Matt's backyard barbecue up in New England, man. He had a good showing out and past couple cook-offs too. Him and his wife, I believe, and his daughter's knocking out the park in kids queue as well. Um, so keep up the good work with Matt and company. We will love seeing those calls from everybody. Um, I'm trying to think too. I don't want to miss anybody. Uh, Jonathan Gonzalez with Eight Ball Cookers. I believe they GC'd a cook off a couple weeks ago. Um, so shout out to them. They're also hitting their stride in barbecue world. Um, and I hope I'm not missing somebody in the competition
Yeah.
world that we've of our ambassadors. So certainly, I know there's a bunch of people out there using our products. Um, they won't post it as much because they like to keep it a secret, which we're totally fine with as long as you're buying it. I don't care if you keep it a secret or not. If y'all want some of the good stuff, hey, definitely let us know, and we'll ship it to you. I've shipped
Facts.
um, gallons of sauce to several cooks. Um, some down south, some towards the west. Um, you just gotta let me know. You gotta hit me up on Facebook and just say, hey, I need this particular sauce. Give me a good time frame, and I can definitely get that for you. Um, so
Yeah.
definitely keep an eye on those cooks. Along with our other ambassadors, man, they're cooking up some great videos. One I'm trying to find on his particular videos. So I'm gonna let you talk here while I try to find it, Junior.
No problem. Yeah, and definitely like if you want to you want to try to be an ambassador, you want to try our products for the first time. By all means, just like those are good references. Everyone he just named, give it a shot. Try it once, try it twice. We tried it on some eggs. I think we did the cowabunga rub on do it on some eggs and stuff, some eggs and bacon in the morning, and it went well. So if you want to know what else you can put it on, I'm probably the guy to ask because I do try to put different products on everything. But
Yep,
definitely big shout out to our ambassadors that are out there in the grind as well, doing their thing and using the products because when they get a call, it feels like we're getting a call too, and we just love
yep,
to have them. Uh, we it's one of those we love to take the back seat, let them shine. And that's what it is, especially Matt's up there in what Rhode Island or something where he's that way up
yeah,
there. He's been a big one of it, and he's just killing it there. And I know the Kate's cook, his daughter's up there just killing it. I can't wait till Eden can get in some of these kids cook, but we got a few more years for that to happen. But like I said, yeah, just keep it going. Good luck to them this weekend as we hit it. It's gonna supposed to be another rainy weekend, I think, this weekend. So hopefully they can the rain will hold off long enough to get a good cook in, at least fill
yep,
in there. But like way we talked about our cooks, we were happy with what we turned in at the end of the day, and that's got to be the big thing: is are you happy with what you turned in? And I think we, for the most part, I would say yes, pretty good, yes, and then you just leave it up to the judges. I mean, once it's done, it's done. So, but next week off, come out, join us. And hey, if you got tips, hey, I do this and that, definitely is a good place to come out, share it, have a drink with us. We'll take a shot at that curveball with and or not. Or if you don't drink, you don't have to drink. We're not going to force you to drink.
yep.
And have some fun with us as well.
Yeah, definitely diving into that. Of course, shout out to Ben Smoking Barbecue out of Utah. He's making some killer videos. So check him out on uh, Instagram and TikTok. Binge Smoking BBQ. Again, he's making some killer videos. So if you want some killer recipes, give him a shot. But this we're taking this weekend off, and then we'll be back the following week. May 3rd and 4th, we'll be out at Oak Highland Brewery here in Dallas / Garland area, I believe,
Ooh,
at an IBCA cook-off. So I will be up there Friday afternoon if y'all want to come up there and see me. Not sure when Junior's going to get up there. I know he's got a game. So I'll probably be out later that evening or early Saturday morning. Ed will try to attend when he can. That we understand, we already know that situation. And hey, if you're new to cook-offs, this is going to be a cook-off that you can get into and get your feet wet. Definitely sign up for it. We'd love to see 20, at least 25 teams there. If we can get at least 15, that'd be great too. Um, like I said, I look forward to it. Just trying to get back into doing an IBCA cook-off and see what happens. So again, that is Oak Highland Brewery, May 3rd and 4th here in Dallas. Uh, and let's just go ahead and wrap it up. Um,
we're
we're not going to dive into that subject because we're going to wait till after we see what the Dallas Cowboys do, um, and who we can announce as a new quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. And breaking news, I think Zeke Elliott is coming back. So get ready to see feed him.
amen, amen at it.
We need it.
I'm
We
at
need
it.
it.
So we're already paying them
Yeah.
anyway. You might as well have them on the team. Anyways, let's go to it. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely that's look off the next one. If you know, those are the ones. If you ever wanted to try to do it and get into the, those are the ones to get into. Because if you can get in, you got a good shot. You know, I'm not just placing, but it's a good confidence builder, so you can kind of see what it's like to do it. And certainly, if you get there early enough and you see Randy out there, go pop your 10 or pop your stuff next to him if you're new, and or ask him questions. Say, hey, what does this go? Because he'll help you out. He's not going to not help you out. I'll probably be up there sometime after the game. We're trying to coach a softball team for my wife's school, and right now we're still undefeated. Knock on wood. But we got tough games. It's all tough road from here on out. And we're trying to finish up winning this district title and hopefully make playoffs for the first time in school history as we do. This is how it's been. Like it's cook-off games, church, cook-off games, church, work, this, and it's literally been nonstop. So we appreciate y'all tuning y'all back in. But yeah, let's wrap it up. I'll let him finish it off. So definitely definitely we'll see y'all out at the next one. Keep safe, stay safe, especially in this rain and weather. Hit up that curveball any chance you get. I'm telling you, it mixed beautiful with everything I had. Diet drinks that I have here, regular, just even I didn't even know what kind of water, what kind of orange soda it was. I've mixed it with Hawaiian punch and it's great. You cannot go wrong with that. It's not overpowering. It's not there. We love it. So hopefully y'all give it a shot. And if like you said, you want to come try something without having to buy it, hey, come hit us up at a cook off. We will definitely have a drink with you, that's for sure. But I'll let him finish it off. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna see you down the road. What you got, Randy? Finish him off.
Definitely check out Curveball Whiskey, and of course SmokerBuilder.com. Be sure you give that Super 55 drum a smoker. Follow us on all the social media sites: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Hit those subscribe buttons, hit those likes. Um, Check us out. BigSalinas Give our products a try because you never know. You just can make get hooked on big taste, big flavor, big Salinas. And of course, as always, we will see you down the road.